Hello, Annette here of The Inner Path. I'm wondering about whether you'd like a conversation about who you are, who you really are. Have you thought about it? Do you wonder about who are you? You might first say that you are a mother or a daughter or a father or a son or a sister or a brother. You might say you're a teacher or a truck driver or a cleaner or a gardener or a politician. But that might seem like who you are at the moment if you're spending a lot of hours doing that sort of a job. It might seem like that's all there is, so that must be who you are. But really, that is something that you do. It's a role you play. You can change roles during the day. You could be a teacher for part of the day. You could be a parent for the rest of the day. Or you could be a daughter or a son. You can change roles. They don't stay the same. You might even change your job. So that doesn't make sense that that is who you are, does it? What about thinking? I'm sure you have lots of thoughts in your head. Maybe you have thoughts like, I can't do this any longer. I do need to change my job. I don't feel valued here. People are actually bullying me. Somebody's narcissistic. You could have all sorts of thoughts. You could have opinions about things that you think should be done in a particular way. But all that sort of thinking, is that really you? It might be your thinking mind playing out, but is that the real you? It can seem like it is sometimes because we place so much value on our mind, our brains, on thinking, on even being intelligent or not. Then we get into judging ourselves, don't we? Thinking can seem like it's so important, and some of it is. But is that who you are? One thing to consider is thinking changes all the time. Thinking changes from 1 minute to the next. The thoughts change. You get one thought, then it gets replaced by another thought, and another thought, and another thought. Sometimes they go in a sequence. Sometimes they're random, completely. Not only that, but actually they go round in circles sometimes. They repeat, don't they? So they're not constant. They're not stable. They keep changing. And maybe that's something to consider when you're trying to work out who you really are. Some people talk about wanting to be able to say their truth. And what does that mean? Does that mean that you want to speak up for your own rights? You want to say how you feel? Or you want to tell the other people what they're doing that you don't like? Speaking up about your truth can be something that's not the truth. Your truth might just be wanting to speak up for yourself because maybe you weren't able to when you were young. Maybe you had to be good, weren't able to actually say how you felt even, or say what you wanted, or offer an idea. I think that sort of going on when you're young can lead to people wanting to speak their truth. But in actual fact, it sounds like a stepping stone for working out who you really are. The other thing that changes a lot too is the emotions. I don't know how you are with emotions, I never used to be able to feel them. Wasn't allowed when I was young, especially not even saying what I felt or anything like that. Anyway, emotions, when we let ourselves feel them in our body, they come and they go. They don't stay still. Even if you act them out or project them out, they don't stay all the time, do they? It happens. Your body does stuff for a while and then it changes. So if we're coming back to this idea that who you really are is stable and not changing, it's not emotions either. What about your body? Now, you might think your body stays the same all the time. It's the same shape, roughly. But there's all sorts of stuff going on in your body. Lots of sensations. They keep changing. They come and they go. So maybe you're not actually your body. I wonder who you are. Who is this me? Who is this I? Really? Do you wonder? Right now, you could take part in a little experiment, if you're willing. We can just be quiet together, and I will say some words to guide us. And maybe, just maybe, we can get deeper than all of this stuff that keeps changing, that comes and it goes. Just maybe. Let's give it a go. So, starting off, being aware of your body. Just notice your feet on the floor or wherever they are. Maybe they're in socks. Maybe they're in slippers. You can just feel the texture against your feet. Just noticing. Noticing your body is a good way to just bring yourself here into this moment. So now you could notice your knees. How are they? And your thighs. And your hips. Some parts of your body might be a little tense. Some parts of your body might be already very relaxed. Nothing to change anything. Nothing to fix. Just notice. Just notice what's happening in your body. You can notice your chest and your breathing. Then you can draw your attention to your shoulders. What are they like? And your arms. And your hands. Coming back up, you could notice your neck. Could even be a bit stiff. That's okay. Just notice. No need to put any more attention on it. Just notice. And you can notice your jaw and your cheeks and your eyelids. Maybe your eyelids want to close and rest. So you can start by noticing your body. Then you can notice your mind. See, is there something going on in your mind right now? Are you telling yourself something? It can be a prompt just to let yourself drop inside. If any emotions were to pop up in relation to that thought you had, that can also be a signal just to stop and drop inside. You can notice your breathing. Notice how your breathing is going. Feeling the air going in, feeling the air going out. Feeling the air going in, feeling the air going out. It feels so nice to really feel that out-breath. Can even feel like letting go of what I don't know, but just letting go, dropping inside. The in-breath can sometimes feel like holding on. That's okay right now, because you're going to follow the in-breath with an out-breath and just feel like you're dropping inside. nothing to do. Just feel like you're dropping deeper inside. And you might wonder, you might have a thought, what's happening? What am I doing? Where am I supposed to get to? And all of that can be a signal to stop and just allow yourself to be here, present in this moment, and to drop inside. I don't know what dropping is like to you, whether it is falling or floating or some other way, or whatever it's like. You can just let it be, let it happen, just as an experiment, just for now. Just let it happen and just see. There is actually an ever deepening space inside you. And you can just keep dropping and dropping. It doesn't mean to say you won't reach a bottom. You probably won't. But you might become aware of something. You might be aware that it's getting quieter. You might even be aware that there's some calmness here. You might even be aware that things seem to be falling away as you drop deeper and deeper. And you might even notice that here, in this space, this ever-deepening space, there's safety. There is actually safety here. And it can be so good to let yourself rest, completely rest in safety. And even within the safety, you might keep dropping even deeper and deeper. And I don't know what you're aware of now. For me, it feels like it's quieter, stiller. And you might even notice that you are surrounded by unconditional love. And this love, it's so beautiful and expansive. It spreads out in all directions, connecting with everything. No edges, no boundaries. And where are you in this unconditional love? Maybe it's hard to say where you are, where this me is, or this I is. Maybe you've dissolved into this unconditional love that is so spacious, so beautiful, so empty of all that stuff up on the surface of life. And yet, so expansive, expanding into all of life. And maybe this is what you are. No words to describe it. But this is stable. It's constant. It's always here. It doesn't change. This is reliable. And this can guide you. Whatever this is, it can guide you. And you can truly rest here. So, maybe Sometime later today, you might notice your mind starting to think things, and you might say, "Oh, I can just let that thought just float on through. It just changes. It's not reliable." You can just stop, be present in the moment. Let stillness and silence be here, underneath, but always here, underneath the thinking and the emotions and the body sensations. Let this guide your life.